Today I'm working on a 1960 AMANO Time Recorder, also known as Mrs. Jones. Thank you for tuning in to Little Alfred's Dusties.
He's up, he's down, he's all around. Such a miserable man. Out of town, dancing all around. What a miserable man.
So why, might you ask, is this time recorder referred to as Mrs. Jones? Well, I call it Mrs. Jones because it's got a thing going on. In her current condition, it is impossible for Mrs. Jones to function properly. You ever clock in on one of these things? It's a joy. This is definitely a beautiful machine. Aside from a couple of loose parts, dust, and the exposed wires, I think we could have this thing up and running in no time. Do you think I could have this thing up and running in no time? What is sensational is I have the handling manual. Let's see, it says handling manual. You ever have a manual like this where it's so old that the pages stick together? You have to be so careful. So sticky. And check this out. Ribbons. We don't use ribbons anymore. We use computer punch-in now. Computers. I'm gonna roll this up and put it off to the side. I have more ribbon up here. It's just kind of sitting here loose, tangled into the machine. This isn't an instructional video. I'm just trying to get old Mrs. Jones here working again. That's all. So here I go. Just taking this apart enough to give it a light cleaning. I'm not going to make it my life's work, you know. See, that's good enough. I could get in there no problem. Some people would take this completely apart piece by piece, but it ain't me, babe. Alright, it's all cleaned up and oiled up. I put a new cord on here and I will be plugging it in for the first time in God knows how long. And now, I can't stress enough. What is that noise? Now, I can't stress enough that this is not an instructional video. Working with electronics, especially old electronics, can be very, very dangerous. And if you don't have experience in such matters, you should not do it. It's humming. That's good. So the clock appears to be working. It should click over to the next minute in a few seconds. And there it is. I'm going to attempt to demonstrate the punch mechanism now. This hammer should snap against the ribbon. If I push down this lever, I'm going to do it with a wooden dowel as not to expose myself to any electric current. And there it is. Works perfectly. We should also see the ribbon advance. Advancing. Mrs. Jones. What a great project. I love this thing. I love Mrs. Jones. I would like to thank my good friends Gary, Chris, and Sam for making this possible. Without you guys, this wouldn't be here. I'm late.
He's up, he's down, he's all around.